Hello, friends. Welcome in. I'm Katie, and this is Flosstube episode number 25. Hi, how's it going? I'm back. I wasn't sure if I was going to record again or not, but I decided I was. Today was a pretty good day, so I figured let's go ahead and get another episode recorded. Um, so yeah, it has been a little while. Today is February 21st, Friday, February 21st. So since I have last filmed a Flosstube episode, was Christmas and New Year's. We went on our cruise. There was Valentine's Day. So yeah, it's been almost exactly 2 months. So yes, January was a little crazy. I've had so much caffeine today. I don't know why I'm yawning. It might be why. Yes, we went on our cruise in January. We did a 9-day cruise on Royal Caribbean, and it was amazing. It was a great, relaxing, fun trip. It was very nice just to get away from reality, and we had a blast. And then immediately when I came home, I came down with a pretty unpleasant cold. Not surprised because there was about 6,000 people on that cruise ship, and I was bound to come down with something. I think working from home so much has maybe weakened my immune system. I don't get out much, so yeah, there was bound to be lots of germs out there, I think. Anyway, on that side note, a little bit of a tangent, but yes, I came home and I got pretty sick. I did not feel great for a while, so that just kicked my filming schedule in the butt. And then, yeah, just a little bit of life happening. Work, as soon as I came back, work told me I had to be in the office 2 days a week, starting immediately, and that has drained all of my extra energy. So, trying to get back into a schedule and work on my projects more now that I'm not sick and miserable. So, she says as she sniffles. That's kind of been what my life has been like for the past couple of months. Everything has been fine otherwise, just so cranky about getting sick. So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on since December. Hope everyone else has been doing well. If you are interested in seeing what I've worked on in the past 2 months, let's get into it. I have a finish. It's a wee one, but I'm really thrilled with it. It might be one of my favorite things ever. When I showed it last, it was maybe halfway done, but here is my gingerbread house. Yes, a little gingerbread house. The special treasure bead thing is a little red heart-shaped bead over the door. Slightly off center, but I really enjoyed the beading process. That was quite satisfying. I started down here, and you can kind of see that they are not as neat as some of the other ones. So I got better as I went along. So that was really awesome. I love the way they look. It's a shimmery. Some of them are more iridescent. These white ones are really matte, and then these really pretty green ones do shimmer a good bit. I like the purple ones a lot too. And then on the back, I got a little piece of fabric from Joann's with gingerbread, several different gingerbread things, gingerbread people and candy canes and etc. So I thought it was perfect to go on this. Put that away. There is a magnet for this somewhere. It may have been taken into the void. I can't find it. I do have other magnets, but I kind of wanted to use the one that came with it. But yeah, honestly, the only thing I have to do is glue a magnet on the back of this, and it's going on my fridge. So this was such a great project. I think it's a good palette cleanser, and I'm really looking forward to doing more of these. I have a cute little squirrel one in my stash that kind of fall vibes a little bit, but I'm feeling the urge to start it pretty soon. So yes, I have a mostly fully finished item. So that is really exciting. I don't get a ton of those, and um, yeah, I just love it. And I realize like a lot of my Christmas decorations and sort of motifs that I gravitate towards are gingerbread things. I also really like a gingerbread latte. Um, I just think it's really it's colorful and fun and bright and cheery, so I like it. I did notice recently actually that that was most of my Christmas decoration stuff. Like in the kitchen, I've got a ceramic, or I don't still have it. I did put my Christmas decorations up, but a little ceramic gingerbread man in my Christmas. Um, so yeah, I stick to what I like, I guess. Um, and then since my last update, I have a new start, which is Stitch for Pride 2025 by These 20 Stitches. And this is a Jessie fabric in the color Resistance. I got a 16 count Ada, and I'm glad I got Ada because it's pretty dark. I do not have the best eyesight anymore, so Ada was definitely the right choice. This is January start. I think I have maybe 300 stitches on this. And it's almost March, and there's going to be the third drop already, and I'm only this far in. I did kind of realize I measured poorly and may need to scooch everything over. If that's the case, I'm going to take it out of the hoop and remeasure. If that's the case, I want to do it now rather than later, obviously. So a little bit of a hesitation here, a little pause, just to measure again. So that's kind of where I am with the project. And this January's drop, I'm going to mispronounce it, is Elagabulus or Heliogabulus. They have two different names. And they were a Roman emperor back in the 280s. I did do the reading. I have the memory of a goldfish, so I'm going to revisit that for sure. But that is who this is, or will be. You can kind of see there's the little sort of Roman circlet thing. And I'm really loving the fabric, the floss choice, because it looks kind of constellation-y. Which I think that's a really cool vibe. It's not quite glowy, kind of, sort of, but against this fabric, it does really pop. And yeah, I'm really liking the stitch. I'm liking the learning. I'm really excited to start February's because it is Hatshepsut. And I, like many neurodivergent people, definitely had a ancient Egypt hyperfocus or like special interest type of period when we were younger, and did read about Hatshepsut, but that was in the 5th grade, and that was, I don't even want to say how many years ago, but I've forgotten everything except her name, basically. So excited to revisit that. It looks really cool from what I've seen from other people stitching, so I'm really loving how this is going so far. And I'm excited to do the learning, especially because Dee does a lot of work and to do these, and I think it's important. So I don't want to misspeak or overstep or anything like that, but excited to be here. Yeah. This is a good project. It's deceptively big. This is about, the whole drop is about 1,200 stitches, so I thought I could get it done in like a night, but I definitely cannot. Yeah. this is, I'm already behind. It's just no expectations. I'm just gonna work on it when I can. So yeah. I think it looks great. I can't get over how cool that looks, sort of like glowy in the sky. Night sky stuff. All right. I'm already rambling. Don't know what that was. Okay. So that was a new start. I'm just going to pop this in there with that. And then, okay. So my other projects, I think they're going to be out of order because most of the things that I have not been worked on. Let's see. Aha. Okay. Maple Lane. I actually did do a little bit of progress. So last time I had like part of the girl, and some of the tree. I posted some of this on Instagram and I realized I did that without filling in her eyes and it looks so goofy. So I had to go back and put her eyes in. The barista is still eyeballless. So I pulled this out when I was feeling pretty bad. I was having a little bit of a pity party, and so I wanted something cozy and comforting, and that is always going to be Maple Lane. Or anything from the Frosted Pumpkin, really. It's just like the coziness cannot be contained with these patterns. It's just the cutest, and I love it. And so I finished the girl. Well, she's mostly finished. She might need some backstitching, and some of the tree. And I think I finished in the coffee machine. I just watched it. I'm not sure, but the girl definitely got finished. And then this little bit down here is the bottom of the phone booth. So it's quite a good bit. And yeah, this one is definitely getting some like favoritism a little bit. So I think it's coming along really well. It's just the best. And it's actually been a little bit since I pulled this out. I hadn't, since we started being in the office, there has been a significant decrease in weeknight crafting. It just drains me. So, I don't do it. Or I have less spoons to do the things that give me more spoons. Yeah, make that make sense. Okay, and then another Frosted Pumpkin. I am in danger of becoming an exclusively Frosted Pumpkin stitcher. I probably could do that, but there are too many great designers out there to be a little monogamous that way. But this is the Arctic Animals Sal, and since the last update, I filled in way more of the, I don't know if you would call this like icy cliffs or something. The house, more, it's still so much white stitching of the roof. And the last drop has come out. I don't remember which one I'm on. But this one is definitely kind of what's slowing me up, I guess. I did finish more of the puffins too. And then that's really it. Finished, this house had a little less of the orange in the roof. And definitely a lot in this chunk got done. So this is my Arctic Animal Sal, and I will for sure be getting the next one. They're an automatic buy for me. I don't know what else to say. Just the cutest. And yeah, I think it's turning out really well. So there it is. Let's see. Ooh. has not gotten any love since September, and I finally pulled it out. Tiny Decisions kind of helped me get this one a little bit of attention. So, are you gonna follow? Okay, this is the Freedom Motif Sampler from Shaded Stitchery, and I worked on this last week a little bit. I filled in a few more rows of the blue. And that's really it. There's a lot of blue, and it's very color blocky, so it shouldn't be, it's not hard, it's just a little mind numbing. So I think that's kind of making me hesitate, but there are a couple more motifs, like little doodads out to the side, so I think I'll work on those and then do a few more rows of blue and so on and so forth, so it doesn't feel so like sloggy, because I really just want to get that whole blue faucet done, because it's so much of just straight across. So I think getting that part finished will make this feel a little more enticing, but it just looks great. Okay, well, my phone rang, and I don't remember exactly what I was saying, but the last project I was talking about was the Shaded Stitchery, and how I really just need to make myself get through all those blue stitches. It feels like a lot, so I think getting through that will help me feel more inclined to work on this, and just like breaking it up into chunks is a good idea. So this is a beautiful pattern. I still can't get over how cute these watermelon are. Especially that little leaf on top really is just adorable. So yes, this pattern deserves more love. It's been sitting there since September, since I last worked on that. That's a little nuts. So yeah, gonna give this a little more love. I think I made some mistakes too. Like, I have some uncrossed X's in what I did do, so that was a little discouraging. So yeah. Okay, so this is gonna be my last cross stitch whip. And then I do have, oh wait, no, 2 more cross stitch whips. So this, I'm out of focus. This is Autumn is as Joyful from Leela's Studios. I'm doing this for my friend Steph, aka Pocket Roddy's birthday sale. Yes. Here we are. So I've gotten a good little bit done. I don't know that I mentioned this in my last episode. But it's coming along really well. I just love the colors and the cozy vibes. Especially this little guy. He's just so cute. And this one looks like he's getting into something with that little star motif. They will end up with names eventually, I swear. As you might be able to tell, this floss has been frogged a good little bit by how curly it is. I somehow, this side was not aligned, so I had to go back and figure out where I screwed up. But this big green motif is kind of what I'm focusing on for the moment, and I think it's just coming along great. I realize I haven't mentioned anything about any of the fabric that I've been working on for this project, for any of my projects, so oops. This is just a beige tester from Mystic Fabrics. It's very like parchmenty, off-white, beigey. I would take like a whole bolt of this. It's just pretty perfect for everything, so I'm a big fan. This is my first piece from Mystic, and I'll probably buy from her again. This is a really good one. All the flosses are DMC. No, it's all the called for DMC. And it's just really fun to stitch on. I don't know, y'all. I might be a Quaker person now. The motifs feel very, they're doable, you know. They're little, it's like breaking things up into chunks and more achievable sections and stuff like that. So just kind of makes it feel more methodical, I think. Steph chose a great pattern with this one. I absolutely love it. I still have a little bit of ways to go before I get to any of the squirrels, I think, which is a bummer because they're my favorite, but I will get there eventually and they will be so good to stitch on. So yeah, that's Autumn is as Joyful from Leila Studios. I've been working on it almost every Sunday for my Sunday stitching, Sunday squirrely stitching. I love a good alliteration. I think I need to get more of these guys, especially for my Stitch for Pride. So yes, this is an 18 count. So the piece of fabric it's on is pretty big because the pattern is not small in as far as stitch count. So the fabric it has to go on is big. It's bigger than my pillowcase, I think. If that gives you an idea. But I'm looking forward to it. Big projects used to kind of intimidate, well, they still intimidate me, but I like having, like, especially when a pattern that I like so much, it's like, yay, I have lots to stitch on ahead of me. You know what I mean? So yeah, loving this one. It'll be picked up in 2 days on Sunday. Okay. My whip situation is quite precarious. Let me move it. Alright. Last cross stitch whip is Urduja from Bella Filipina. It's kind of been a minute since I worked on her. Get it oriented correctly. Okay. So this is part of Urduja's tail, kind of like her hip. It's in the middle of the pattern because I did a center start on this one, and I know this was not there since I last showed this, and then it's kind of working along along her tail. It's the most beautiful, warm, like fiery colors. So yeah, really looking forward to pulling this one out again. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna work on tonight, and maybe this will be it. I'll post on Instagram what I end up working on. So be sure to follow me there. Yeah, so like I said, it's been a minute since I had any crafty motivation, a little bit. I have actually done a good bit of knitting, surprisingly, so I am really excited to show you guys what I did on that. Obviously, show you this fabric is a 16 count from Fiberlicious. The color is Maldivian Dreams, and it's kind of a obvious choice for a mermaid pattern. The called for was very like moody and stormy, but this is the one I chose. That's the one that called to me, so that's what I got. All right, so we're gonna move on to knitting, and I'm really pleased with my progress on these two projects, and I'm gonna show you the smaller one first. So this is my progress, oh boy, on the Bridget hat. Look at it, you guys. The color is never right. This is way more like a grapey purple in person. But y'all, look at this. I'm actually really pleased with myself. I just had like a brainwave of like, it clicked. I don't know. Everything clicked, and I've been working furiously on it since Christmas. I did take this on our trip, but I actually didn't end up working on this at all when we traveled, I think, except when we were waiting in the airport to go home from Florida. So I could have gotten more done on the ship, but I ended up reading more. So this is my progress creeper, and this might be where I was the last time I showed this in a floss tube. I will have to double check, but that seems right. I'm going to go ahead and move it now because I've done a lot. So I am almost to the decreases. I'm technically in the crown section of the hat, but I haven't worked any decrease stitches yet. Ooh, don't be. Let me massage that out, kind of pulled it out a little bit. So this is going to go on here. Stay. Okay. Now that that's done, let's talk. Oh, that's from Arduja. Oops. Can you believe how good this turned out? Like, these cables are pretty intense. Like, to be honest, I don't know if you could even tell if I miscrossed one because they're just so, like, where do you look? It's a lot. There's a lot going on in this pattern. So yeah, the pattern is the Brigid hat and mitt set from Ray Blackledge, and it was for she wrote the pattern for like willow yarns, I think. I will say this is an older pattern. It was a free pattern on Ravelry, and there was like some errata in the pattern that had not been updated in the PDF I downloaded, so I did have to go searching through Ravelry other people's projects, and a Ravelry user long before me came across the same problem, and the designer did confirm the error, and fortunately it wasn't too hard to find, but that was a little annoying. I don't believe that this designer is in the knitting designing space anymore, as far as I can tell, so I don't know how much support you might get for the pattern today in 2025. So yeah, proceed at your own risk, but to be honest, I'm still stoked with how this is turning out. Like, holy crap, it looks so good. It looks so good. I've been sharing this on my Instagram stories too. And you can see the color better there. This is a Plymouth yarn? No. Every time. Rowan yarns. It's a superwash merino. No, it is Plymouth. I swear. Yeah, superwash merino and the color Wisteria. It's a DK weight. And it's been pretty cold here, so hopefully I'll get a little bit more progress on this and I can wear it. It'll be so icy ring with my current hair color. Can you imagine? Yeah. I have read in other Ravelry users' notes on this project conflicting accounts of it being too big or too small or too long or too short or whatever. So I'm just gonna follow the pattern as is and see how it fits. I think I'd rather it be too long than too short, but I really, yeah, too long would be better than too short, I think. Because frankly, how would I even fix that? I don't know. But regardless, I have been kind of knitting like mad these days on these two projects. So the next one I'm going to show you is, no, that's my attachment, is my grandpa cardigan from Hohi Locatelli. And my cable's so long. Look at her. This is, well, actually, this is the top. So this is the back center panel, and I've done a lot. I've done about 4 inches, I think. I measured it a few days ago, but, and this is not quite as dark in person, but it's this gorgeous greeny tealy color, from Treehouse Knits. Oh yeah, see, there's the same stitch marker. Last time, in my last episode, I was only like 2 rows in, and I've been working a lot. Like I said, I just had a bit of a click where my brain was like, oh yeah, we got this, which does not happen often. So this is what I'm doing. I've got another 3 or 4 inches left. So you can kind of see how many repeats I've done. That's 1, 2, 3, 4.5-ish. These are the setup rows. So probably another 4 8-row repeats, and then I'll be ready to, what is the next step? Armhole shaping, I think. So yeah, it's like the back panel. I just love it. The yarn is delightful. It's a cashmere elm mix from Treehouse Knits. And this is the River Anduin in her cashmere elm DK yarn. And this is the yarn that made me fall in love with Treehouse Knits. It's soft and ever so slightly fuzzy. It's got just a tiny little bit of a fuzzy halo on it. The color is just perfection. I haven't bought any of her more recent collections because I have so much yarn, but it's hard to resist. I absolutely love it. So I am really pleased with how my projects are going. A little bit of a decrease in output, but hopefully things are trending upward. I'm trying to get used to this hybrid work schedule, and it's just sucking all of my energy out. I haven't been to the gym, and haven't done a whole lot extracurricular because of all of this, but it's an adjustment, and I will be okay. So what else would there be today? Why don't we talk about, don't have any haul, so good on me. They did announce that the Joann's near me are closing, both of them. So I might go and see if I can find some good deals on stuff that I might use. I need some fabric to back for what I want to finish my tiny town as. So hopefully it's not all picked over by the time I get there. But I really haven't bought a whole lot of craft supplies other than the DMC that I needed for Stitch for Pride. So I've done pretty good on being financially responsible. Plans. No real concrete plans other than not Stitch for Pride. Stitch North is coming up pretty rapidly approaching. I'm going weekend 2 at the end of April, and I'm really excited. I've never been to Canada, so this will be really fun and exciting, and hopefully if you are there, we will say hi and geek out about cross stitch. So if you see me, definitely please come say hi. That would be really cool. Yeah, that's it. I need to start working on table gifts, I think. I'm going to make floss drops. I will try to make floss drops for everyone. I think it's a good idea, but I guess we'll find out. This is a whole uncharted territory for me, so I'm gonna be like a sponge when we're there and just see what it's all about. I know I'm saying a lot. Next would be books, TV shows, and other media. I did a lot of reading on the cruise. I didn't take the whichever a quarter of whatever with me because there was no room in my luggage. So I took my tablet and I read some goofy cozy mystery type things. I finished A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking. That was cute. Kind of fluffy and not a ton of substance in my opinion. It did have a good message. It was very sweet and cute and an easy read. Kind of beach read kind of thing. And I also read Tempest of Tea on the cruise ship, and that was really good, y'all. And the writer just I think the next book should be coming out soon. She just announced the cover art. That's the word I'm looking for. That was fantastic. I'm really excited to get that book, or I rented the first one, so maybe I'll rent the second one if I can. I don't know if I'll end up buying them. I'm running out of room for pretty much everything. My house is bursting at the seams. I did finish the next 2 books in the A Court of Thorns and Roses when I got back. I need to buy the next like 2 or 3 at some point. I don't know where they're gonna go. I really don't. So I may have to do some Goodwill runs for that. But I finished those 2, and those were quite chunky, but I did enjoy them. They're pretty fun. I don't think too deeply about them. They're just fun little stories that I read before I go to sleep at night. Yeah, pretty entertaining. Yeah. And then shows. Okay. We finished Penguin. Super good. Colin Farrell, amazing. He did an incredible job. Color me impressed. The end, oh my gosh, y'all. That was so good. And then we started Severance. The friends that we went on the cruise with have been obsessed with Severance, and they were talking about trying to download the episode while we were on the ship. We're like, is it really? That's a lot of internet to use up when you're in the middle of the sea. But they're like, no, we must know. So we came home and got Apple Plus. Apple, is it Plus? Whatever the Apple streaming service is. So we got that, and we started watching it, and we're hooked. The latest episode came out last night, and because of David's work schedule, we haven't been able to watch it yet. So I think we're going to watch it this weekend. We have a lazy day in. That show it's got me on the edge of my seat. I need to know what happens. Every question is just answered with more questions. And you're just sitting there going, like, what just happened? Like 99% of the time. And the cast, it has Christopher Walken. Need I say more? So yeah, it's so good. It's about these people who undergo this procedure to be severed, which means when they're at work, they're like an entirely different personality and they don't remember the outside world. And when they're at home or anywhere else, they don't remember anything about work. And they work in this like basement and they don't actually know what the work they're doing is. And it's all very mysterious and conspiracy theory and kind of culty. And yeah, it is kind of like what working in an office is like. The first time I showed up at our office building after I got over my cold and had to find my desk, I felt like I was walking through the hallways of Severance because I was so lost. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, if anyone else is watching Severance, let me know because I'm obsessed. I must know. The boyfriend doesn't want to binge any of the episodes. We're caught up now, but when we were watching the first season, we would only watch one a night. I was just like, no, let's just get through them all. No, we're just going to do one a night. Drove me nuts, but we were finally caught up. But yeah, that one's really keeping me on the edge of my seat. There was a lot of WTFs multiple times per episode. It's fantastic. I would gush about that show all night. As per usual, I have no notes, and I am certain I have forgotten something important or that I would have wanted to mention, but that's fine. I'll go over it in the next episode. So I'm going to wrap it up here. That's all I have for you today. I really appreciate everyone who watches my Flosstubes. If you have not already, please consider subscribing. That would be amazing. It would make my day. And go check me out on Instagram. I do share more there. Not by much, but I do. And yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. And I look to seeing and hearing from all of you in the next episode. Have a great weekend, and I will see you later.